chatter.
And we're back in the room. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show on this Tuesday, April 2nd. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Yeah, we're back on this Tuesday, April 2nd after a long weekend for most of you. Well, I had to work yesterday, so I had a shortened version, but it was all good. I hope everyone had themselves a good Easter holiday. Whatever you did, however you chose to spend it. It was also a Carifta weekend and band launch, and so it was a pretty good one on my end, and we have a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about, a lot of catching up to do, and you have the opportunity to vent this morning as well. All right, I'm not about to do all the talking because before I go there, let me just acknowledge those of you already in the room. And this is a live you guys want to share. Please and thank you. Please share this live. All right. I'd love to have as many of you as possible. Let's talk this morning on this Tuesday. So we start off working week for most of you. Those of you who had to work, good morning to you as well. If you're on the live, good morning. If you're on YouTube, good morning. If you are listening via radio, good morning. Online, good morning. All right, we got multiple streams, multiple ways of tuning into Power 95 wherever you are. Good morning, Shante. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Ingrid. Good morning, Jenalyn. Good morning, Marianne. Good morning, Sonia. How are you? Good morning, Julianne. Jackie Douglas Adams, I'm gonna deal with you tomorrow. That 4x4 is more pressing than you and your we move. No sound. Ingrid, you need to go out and come back in because you seem to be the only one with that problem. Haven't heard anybody else saying they're having sound issues. So check your sound or go out and come back in. Anybody else not hearing me? I think you're probably the only one. Good morning, Simone. Good morning, Maureen. Naya, what are we doing today? We're recapping. We're recapping the events of the weekend. We're recapping what went wrong, who did it, who didn't. We're recapping all of that. We're recapping Jackie and getting involved in her business. That's what we're recapping. Nasha, good morning. How are you? Angela, good morning. Debbie Crony, good morning. Listen, Debbie had me dying yesterday in that game, man. Listen, hold on, wait for the story. Naya, yeah, thanks for that stew turkey and provision yesterday. Ansness of really redefine, vending. Imagine you're going in events and get lobster and potato salad. You see Shirley and Naya get bright? Potato salad and lobster, pilau with coleslaw and fried plantain on the side. What else they had up on the board there? Manicool, turkey. They are doing too much right now. Morning, Kenita. Morning, Wayne. Good morning, Fatima. Wendy, good morning. It is heating up in Canada. Good morning, Betty and Kamisha. Good morning. Ingrid, good morning. Frederick, how are you? In Mombasa, Kenya. Welcome, Junice. Good morning, Charmaine. Lisa, good morning. How are you? Yeah, no, you got to do what you got to do. Mr. Ray, how are you? Love the fit, love the bling. You really lived up to Rosé on Ice. You're iced out in that pink suit. I guess that was specially flown in or specially designed or sewn. Y'all really overdid it on the weekend. I tell you. Anywho's, good morning, Nichelle. Morning, Jenny. Hope everybody's good. Brush Dawn, big up the Birch Grove crew in the building. Morning, Claudine. Veronica, hearing loud and clear from Toronto. Shout out the folks in Ontario, Canada. Michelle Charles, good morning. Um, Janelle Charles Batiste, happy birthday. Hope you have a good day today, sis. Sending you much love as always. Keep fighting the good fight. Love always. Love in the house always. Carol Belfon, good morning. Hey, Hazel, good morning. How are you? Um, Welcome to the show. Morning, Listra, and everybody else coming in. Okay, so let's jump right into it. I had to make a list because I didn't want to miss anything. Um, Let me go my notes. First off, let me say, with everything else, it says you have to just always, compliment before you critique. You can't just start criticizing, and not find anything good to, you know. Hold on. Women, women thing. Which phone I have this thing on? Yeah. So before we move on, I want to extend condolences to the families who lost their loved ones. This morning I came on and I spoke of the young man that died in that um, bike incident yesterday, and learned that the other one succumbed to his injuries this morning. So I want to extend condolences to their families and their loved ones and everyone who knows them. I want to extend strength in this time. And it's death is never easy, especially when it's sudden. It's not like the individuals were ill and ailing for some time, and you mentally prepared yourself that any day death could strike. When you hear, young persons dying as a result of accidents, you can't help but feel a sense of sadness that their lives were cut down so short. But they always say the Most High knows best. But you can't help but question, when you see people dying, and it's not something you know when and how it's going to happen. You leave your home every day and hope that you return safely, but you don't know. The best you can do is try to be as careful as you can. You know, try to be as safe as you can. Um, but it's really really sad. It's really really sad, and just going through social media, and hearing the sentiments echoed from their friends and loved ones. It's really really sad, and it really hit a lot of people hard. And I just want to use this opportunity to again remind bike riders, etc. This is not the first, it's not the second, you know bike riders losing their lives through accidents and what have you. And it's like, I don't know if it's just me, but it seems as though every Easter we lose a life or something to some accident or some incident. Every might be a stretch, but you guys don't get my drift. But it's a call to other bike riders. And I am always fascinated, and it's something that I always wanted to do, like ride a bike. But then I still have this fear of, like, they say bike and finish make. There's no window, there's no windshield, there's little or no protection. But it's the people who ride bikes, they love it. They love the thrill. Because sometimes I'm driving and I see them like darting in and out of the traffic, and I'm literally mashing brake for them and holding my breath, like, no, 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 you're gonna go. And they go just weaving and bobbing through traffic and going about the merry way. And I'm like, you have to be really skilled to ride bike and what have you. So I just still want to remind, and that goes for everybody on the road, because sometimes I see people even in vehicles, because I saw somebody literally overtook me around that corner. um After you go around that tire in Woodlands, there's that corner, right? Just after you pass the tire and you're going towards Calavini. Someone overtook me around that corner, and he missed an oncoming vehicle by a and I'm like, dude, was that even necessary? Where could you possibly be going that you need to overtake somebody around a corner? You can't see around a corner. A vehicle is in front of you and you just decide to take a chance to get in to do what? You could have lost your life. You could have injured other people because there were other people in the car. Plus, I was right behind you. Y'all take some serious chances. It's like y'all ask for certain things, but at the end of the day, we have to please be careful. And it goes for everybody behind a wheel, whether it's a bike, truck, bus, car, van, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. So I just want to again remind us all of the importance of at least trying our utmost to be careful. Yeah? You don't know when, you don't know how. You could do everything and somebody else, like the dude who overtook me around the corner, I was doing everything, slow down, going around the corner, literally hugging the corner and doing my best to stay safe. And he just whipped around me around the corner. We could have collided if that vehicle that was oncoming was just a bit closer. So as much as you can, and you might do everything right, there are some people who don't think. But I just want to extend Anushka morning. I think we act like we have spare lives at home under the bed. I don't know. Sometimes I think people like the thrill, like they just love that thrill, that excitement. I like thrills and excitement, but not that badly. So everybody, different strokes they see for different folks. Anywho's, we move. So again, condolences to all concerned, all families concerned on the death of your loved ones. So I want to say congratulations to the organizers of Carifta, the local organizing committee for Carifta 51. The setup, the colors or beautiful colors, the metal presentations, the breaks, the village. Kudos to the local organizing committee for putting it together, for hosting Carifta 51. It started off with a bang, and from all indications, we thought it would end with a bang. Well, the bang it ended with was not the bang we wanted it to end with, but it ended with a bang nonetheless. And it seems as though Grenada always has to star in some way. We always have to show a little head. It's like, they say we little but we talawa. Like we always have to show up, and we don't know to leave quietly. We have to make our presence felt. So of course on Saturday I had band launch, so I was unable to attend. And on Sunday I was like beat. Listen, after you get to 40s by 9:30, it's like it's a wrap. I'm tired. I'm not doing this back to back to back thingy anymore, except around maybe the carnival season when I've rested sufficiently. But I ain't about that anymore. I'm in like my peaceful, restful stage. I don't have the energy. I can't keep up with y'all. Y'all go do whatever. I was tired, so being on your feet all day, preparing for band launch and all of that, it was a lot. Sun was hot. It was tired, miserable, and I had enough. So I'm like, yesterday I can't let this pass and not go. So I had to go because I was not gonna hear the end of the story from Debbie Crony. So we went. No problems getting in, got back in time. So there were no long lines at the point in time. Now, before I went there, of course, I was on air and I kept getting calls from, and WhatsApp from persons asking, do you know if bus is running in this area and that area? And I'm like, no, I have not heard anything, but I thought there would be. And it's just to say, well, I have a ticket, but I don't have a ride. But I really thought buses would be running today. And here I'm stuck and stranded with a ticket and no ride and no bus on this big Carifta Monday, holiday Monday. Um, I'm not seeing buses, and I'm like, I don't know. I have not heard anything. So I threw out um, Debbie, you could strip all you want. You could go for me and you. Um, Lydia, no, I didn't go to church. Listen, I'm not a hypocrite, you know. If I don't go to church, you know what? The other days, I enforced myself and fight up to go and sit down in the church Easter Sunday and think all my sins will be washed away and go in and stand up and talk about my Bible under my arm. No, me and God good. We speak every day. Every chance I get, we speak. So I don't need to like force it, just to keep up with, the pretense that you go. No, me and him good. Me and God have a good understanding. You understand me and I get him. But that's for another day. Yeah, so getting back to the story. So people were asking about buses, and so I threw out so the thought occurred, well, doesn't seem like there are buses in a lot of places. So I threw out a question asking, did the organizers of Carifta have any consultations with bus what you call them? Operators, what you call the different uh whatever the organization, bus or whatever. It's not coming to me right now. That 4x4 messed me up so much, it's not even funny. I went to sleep with it and I wake up with it on my mind. But anyways, so I was basically asking the question, were there any conversations? Did there any organization take place? And let me tell y'all something, I'm in a stage where I choose what to respond to, and also in a stage of I said what I said. And Mark Zuckerberg's platform is somewhere you can ask any question, express yourself. And one thing that's not going to happen ever, ever, ever is anybody trying to calm me down or trying to tie me up like market crab in any political wranglings or shenanigans. I don't do politics. I don't hold discussions on politics. And if I'm asking question, it's coming from a national level. I don't care who has been where, whatever. So do me a favor. If some of y'all can engage and make a contribution or give your opinion without always leaning on some political side, pass me straight or you'll be blocked. Because y'all know I don't play when it comes to blocking. Don't mix me up. Don't tie me up. It's like y'all could never ever hold a conversation without either throwing some little shade or joking some political stick or something. Carifta wasn't an NDC or NNP event last time I checked. It was not NNP and NDC competing. It was schools, students, athletes from the entire Caribbean. So I don't know where politics came out. And this one individual, no matter what conversation you have, always have to inject it. I don't know. It's like y'all pee, y'all defecate, y'all everything politics. And all I was asking or trying to understand is why weren't they engaged? Up to this point, I'm still waiting for somebody to say if they were or they weren't. Because, like someone said under the post, on an ordinary day, if you pass on the terminal after 6, 7, you can't find a bus. You've seen people, loads of people lined up. Loads of people lined up waiting for a bus to just go home after 6, 7 on an ordinary day. So my question was, why leave it up to chance and hope that they use everybody know the meaning of initiative these days? Because I saw a whole lot of use the initiatives under the post. If they was using the initiative, you would have people line up and they would know, okay, people want to go home. But certain things, you don't leave it up to chance. And that was basically my point. It's not a rally like someone said, no. But I was only asking if there was any engagement, according to Jason, any engagements. So we would know, okay, it was a choice of people not to turn out, or people who bought tickets would not have bought tickets because they knew there would be no transportation. So maybe some sort of conversation was held, then something would be out on the page. Okay, buses will be running in the north, south, east, west. They don't have to put name of bus and number, and it's not a rally. And just to say that buses will be operational on that day because we held conversations with so and so. That's all I was saying. We're always busy. You know what I realize about us? We're always in defense mode. We're always busy to defend something. Once we're part of it, one, or two, once it strikes a nerve or it hits a little close to the little political home we live in, we're always busy to defend. We never open enough to see outside the box and engage in a conversation that does not have to lean on defending. It's okay to be open. It's okay to have different perspectives. It's okay to have different opinions. But some of you can count on you to always defend, 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 defend. Leave no stones unturned. If I were to show you the amount of people who wanted to be there, it was a lot. Asking, I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. Because that's the first thing or first place people would call, right? Like somebody called this morning and they were asking me if I have a number for a Obia man. I'm like, huh? I'm like, what? So she asked again if I know anybody I said, Miss, I have no idea. I don't do Obia. I don't know nobody who do Obia. And she's adamant. So you don't know anybody I could call? I'm like, Miss, the only person that know how to beat out Obia and them thing is what's the pastor name up in River Sally? I always forget his name. Pastor King. I said that's the only person I know that does beat out Obia and take out. That's what I heard, but I never know nobody that do Obia. So of course, I'm gonna leave it. So I'm like, well, who you want to Obia? I cannot go down that road, but the lady have an Obia for one of you out there, a gentleman, and she was seeking help to find a Obia man to Obia you. I don't know no Obia man. I don't dabble in Obia. I don't believe in Obia. You see, once you have what? Cocoa Bay Obia can take you, and I have Cocoa Bay 1, 2, and 3. So no Obia can. When you say you have Jazz, right? Yaz, whatever they used to say. When you have Yaz or Cocoa Bay can take you. But anyways, the lady wanted to know who is Obia man. So if anybody know of any, probably maybe you can inbox me. I'll probably put it out. But getting back to the whole point. So yeah, that was basically the intention. It was not intent to like critique or to. It's like we can't. Once you're not for something, then you're not. That's why sometimes I don't say anything and I just stay in my little corner and just watch y'all do whatever. It was not like critiquing what was done or any way. All I was asking if that was done, as Jim said, Samuel from Guyana, Mr. Chicken Curry, was saying, leave no stones unturned. Don't leave anything up to chance. Cover all aces. That's why I'm not good at organizing because I suck at logistics. Logistics isn't an easy thing to do. It's a lot of work. And you'll try your best sometimes to cover all areas, but sometimes, certain things will slip through the cracks. But you have to be like on it. That's why you delegate and you have a lot of people involved. But left up to me to organize anything, it'll be a disaster. I'm not good. I'm not people who do and organize events and stuff like that. I admire you because it looks easy, but there's so many T's to cross and I's to dot. It's not easy. And something as big as Carifta, it's not an easy thing to put together. So it's no way, undermining or belittling their efforts or anything they did. It was not that. It was just asking um, if they did have any conversation. All right. So that's all. That's all. That's all we wanted to know. See, good points. I'll say the first one though. No lobbying to get buses running, no mobilization with schools or clubs to make it mandatory for young athletes to attend the games. And that, to me, was the most important thing that was left out. I thought lots of young athletes, especially, those who participated in Intercall and Darren Ferguson and Eastside is good over here, man. Who Isa for PD? Listen, I want to have you, leave Isa alone. But Isa is Isa and Darren Ferguson is good at Omia, man. Thanks for the laugh. Darren and Isa is good over here, man. See money. Do I come off my phone? Yeah, so I and that was a concern. People were saying they were going onto the site and seeing sold out, sold out, sold out. But you were seeing lots of empty. I think yesterday was the biggest crowd. The bleachers, yeah, had folks, but on the other side, you could count the empty seats for the past 2 days. Yesterday we saw some live. And at one point, if we had to, what is it? We have what? We had a lot of money for independence. So if we had to start buying some tickets, it's all part of the Carifta was all part of our independence celebration. So if we had to start buying some and showing that students got the opportunity to be there, because it's not like they were cheap, because the finish line B where it was like what, $75? And imagine you have children, 4 or 5 children at home. It's, I mean, it might seem easy, but things are hard for a lot of people, Things are hard for a lot of people. Not everybody have it easy to pick up their 5 children and buy 5 tickets, and you have to provide food and drink, and every minute mommy are hungry and mommy are thirsty. It costs. So I was thinking that maybe we had some sort of discounts or create group packages, and sometimes you have to get creative. Someone said this, and they say, transportation is not just about moving people and goods. It's a fundamental pillar of economic development, social inclusion, and progress. Without efficient transportation systems, economies would struggle to function effectively and thrive. So I'm not sure whose responsibility it was. Before I move on to that 4x4, somebody made the point, and I have to agree. It says, we do not have a public transportation system, so meetings must be held with stakeholders, including incentivizing those who are in the outer parishes to make trips to and fro. To ensure the stadium was filled, tickets should be subsidized. That's the word I was looking for. We are spending a lot to host to make sure our citizenship benefit, and I very much agree with personal endeavor and initiative, but cultural understanding is key. I would not depend on busmen to come out on their own accord to an event like this. The same way the cultural village was envisaged, the same way we could have planned transportation. Another person says, I agree, promoters do it for private events because we understand the impact transportation availability can have on event attendance. As an event host, Carifta should consider how people get to the events on public holidays. It simply took collaborating with the bus association and communicating to the public that transportation will be available, etc. It is an area that was overlooked and hopefully will be considered in future. That's all. I don't see what was to get defensive about. So saying that's not their responsibility. Whose responsibility was it? It was not my event. It was not a private promoter's event. So whose responsibility was it? Just leave it up to them. Considering we don't have an organized bus system like Jamaica and Trinidad, we don't have like buses that belongs to the state that you can depend on around the clock. It belongs to private investors, private bus owners. So it's their choice if they choose to give up their holiday or to go relax or go enjoy the day with their family. It's totally up to them. But if some engagement, and I don't know how that is like going over our heads. If there were, that's all I'm asking. I don't know if there was, I don't know if there wasn't. That's all I was asking. But I'm seeing people who I thought would know telling me otherwise. I just wanted to know if there were some sort of engagement. That's all. So Michelle, we need to look at best practice. Jamaica. We need to understudy how they invest in their athletes. They have athletics competitions nearly every other week, not just with Suntide. The intercol school sports, more competitions, better diet, better management training programs. That was the next. Um, that was the next. When he says King Elvis has like a million buses, King Elvis was busy transporting the athletes. So um let me see what so moving on now. And that was my next point on the list. I might have to continue this tomorrow. But anywho's the Jamaicans came and cleaned up as usual. And I want to take this moment to say congratulations to our athletes. You remember the days when we barely NDC and hey, take your time. If it was NMP and NDC rally, all bus was going for free, you must be crazy. That's when busmen don't make the most amount of money. Where you get that from? Hello, fix up your argument. Their bus don't travel, nobody in rally for free. And I know firsthand, that's when they make the most amount of money. They bring in their invoice and they're hired to transport the people. They ain't going in no rally for free. Where you get that from? You stay there. And if I have a bus, I could run it only around rally time and make a money and pack up my bus. So you steady. So yeah, I want to say congratulations to all the athletes. There was a point in time where we probably went character and free lucky we come home with one or two. Look at us. Oh, you mean the government was paying for the bus? Okay, now you're talking. Yeah. Easy. The parties paid for the bus. Yeah. So congratulations to Team Grenada. Congratulations to Team Grenada. Josh M. Sylvester, Tegan, Devon, Annalisa, the entire, I can't remember all the names, but all of them, all of you. Y'all raised our nose far beyond anything we could have possibly imagined. Double-digit medals. Where you ever hear that? Look at us up on medal board, looking good on medal board. Never in a million years. So that means we have something we need to develop on. And you know, my takeaway was looking at it on live for the 2 days and then being physically present. We need to seriously do more, like more for our athletes. You know, when they're asking the Jamaicans about the medals and they win them, you know them, they didn't care about the medals. You know what they cared about? The time. When they ask, okay, how do you think your performance was? They're disappointed. They just won gold, but they're disappointed. They're disappointed because they their time, they didn't like the time. They either didn't meet the time they're supposed to, or they didn't beat some time, or they didn't break some record. They didn't even care about the medals. All they were concentrating on was the time. That's all they were concentrating on. They were concentrating on the time. They didn't even care about, okay, we won just one goal. And you're looking at the bodies, and I'm looking at the young men, and you can see that how they're fit. That means they're working out, they're training properly. This isn't just, to a lot of them, to us, it might just seem like sports. But to a lot of them, and I'm listening to the blogs, because I'm always on some Jamaican blog somewhere. And you know what someone said to them? To a lot of these athletes, it's a way out of poverty. It's a way out of Jamaica to go to another level, to run, to earn, to better their lives. They don't just see it as running for sport. It's running for a career to make their lives better. So they invest in it. They eat, sleep, breathe athletics. They eat, sleep, breathe for athletics. They take it seriously. And based on the talent that we saw that Team Grenada has, if we invested more, If we invested more in them, we would see so much more athletes, budding young, budding athletes coming out of Grenada. And not just a one, two here, but lots of them. Imagine you bring how much Jamaica medals they leaving Grenada with. Every race. At a point in time when you see them Jamaicans in the race, you're just like, okay, Jamaica win. Let me see who come in second. You like you already dismiss them. Like, okay, that's Jamaica own. Who come in second and third? That says something. That says something. 85. So we seriously need to just take a next look, a harder look at how much we invest in our athletes, so we can see the returns, whether it's better facilities, not just in a season, sporting season, and then we don't hear about them again, but constant training. Because I'm sitting here and I'm waiting to hear, which college is going to grab up, which college is just going to grab up Sylvester, which college is just going to go with him. And listening his backstory and where he came from, it makes it even more, and what amazes me about him and all the athletes, but especially him, is just how humble he is. That young man carried that 4x4 yesterday. After I jump up, but I just sit down and I say, okay, I forget that already. And I start hearing noise and I'm like, okay, the race still running. He literally carried that entire team after that mishap. And joke me, you couldn't get blood. So much so, I ain't even wait for the closing ceremony. Not that I had a choice, because Miss Debbie was the driver. And if Debbie decides she's not waiting for closing, which would never happen under normal circumstances, Debbie Crony is usually the last person to leave an event. And when she says she's ready to go, that means she blew Vex. We had to go. I didn't even see the closing. I didn't even see a performance. I didn't even hear Brenda. And by the way, Brenda, congratulations. You've really come into your own in this, hosting. Really, really good job, So big up yourself, big up yourself, big up yourself. It's a field that's, of course, been dominated for a long time by men. So it's always good to see, women excelling in the field of hosting and what have you. So, Brents, yeah, that you found your niche. That's you right there. Don't call me, call Brenda. All right. Don't call me, call Brenda. Yeah. So I woke up this morning and the 4x4 sit on my mind. Is that a decision erased? Like I saw someone post, it erased everything good. It just left a sour taste in people's mouth. So you're trying to tell me at no point in time, not one, because we were at the finish line, so we're looking at them. They were in a state of confusion when the guys made the first leg of the 4x4 was coming down the 100-meter track. Is when they started to move the cones, etc., because they were in a state of confusion themselves. Like everybody was just looking at each other, wondering what going on here, what to do. They were coming down the 100-meter mark when they moved those cones, to clearing it for the other leg to take over. At no point in time somebody couldn't raise a yellow flag or fired another shot, so the games, the guys could have stopped. That race should have stopped before 40 meters. That was more than enough time, according to my friend, for a do-over. More than enough time. When you see Debbie stop celebrating that Vex with the DJ man, and Miss Debbie, that is soca lover, Vex with the DJ man when the DJ playing, doing the job, and telling the DJ stop nice in she head for she Vex. And whole time she jumping and having a time. And Miss pick up she bag and she ready to go. She never want the flag to go. It whole event had to beg for a little wave. The lady had she flag tuck up under she arm. Imagine you ready to leave, and I tell the lady, look, she flag on the bench. She tell me, and she turned she back, and me had to run to catch up with Auntie Deb. The lady wanted to go so fast. She didn't wait to hear. I said, I want to hear the little closing. Let me get a little music. Nothing. So it's either I go or either I stay in the stadium and find my way home. So I had to leave. The lady blew Vex because we will prime up. And I'm looking at Renee and David Hood and all those guys. They're athletics bobos, so they know everything down to a science. And when I'm seeing this guy saying that, the chance we had, that chance we had to win that race was like, it was reachable, it was doable. And I'm seeing the disappointment, and I just want to applaud the other team members who I looked at a picture where they were consoling Josh and Sylvester after the 4x4, and you could see the disappointment because even though it messed up, like I told you, he ran, and I saw him coming down that 100-meter mark in third. I'm like, wow, talk about soul and grit and wanting something, and then having the other three teams run over. But I don't understand how they came to that decision because I'm like, but the Grenada team stopped, which took away from the time. They actually stopped and then started to run again. So how would that time be fair? Rerun or not, Grenada was at a disadvantage. It was an unfair disadvantage to Grenada. Don't ask me what other solution. I have no idea, but I just know that one was an unfair disadvantage to Grenada. Rerun or no rerun. They were tired. It's fireworks too. We didn't even see a fireworks, Papa. The lady said, "We move or to move." No, and I did not forget on Annalisa Brown. Of course, I made mention of her before. Yeah, I did. I bigged up the entire team, but I just wanted to he didn't like it. He carried the team. He was superb. He was, and I just love his calm demeanor. And I know he's gonna do well. I just know he's gonna do well. Carla, you left too? No, I saw when we were walking out, a lot of people were walking out. A lot of people were walking out as well. And everybody vexed, everybody, the last race changed the mood. It's like we went from like all man face sour leaving us. All man started by the in the back, like just Jalen Olive, good morning. Let me I hope your son didn't cost nobody. I'm telling you, why is he vex? Why is he vex? You can't get blood. Blue vex. I cost. His mother had to calm him down. No, but jokes aside, everything was just so on a high. And the most amazing moment of it for me was when when the song came on Up From Here, and we started singing after that third place. It was just such a beautiful moment. It was just a feel good moment. And it's like when you're having a nice dream and you're thinking it's real, and then you just get up like a pee hole you and you get up to pee and you realize it's you're dreaming, and you vex because you can't remember where you're reaching the dream, and the dream was going so good. That's what it felt like your dream was going so good, and somebody woke you up in the middle of the dream and just messed up everything. That ending was not the ending we were looking for. Everything ran off smoothly. The medal presentation, everybody was looking so beautiful. The dresses, the medal holders, the presentation, the presenters, the commentators. It was just nice. The vibe was just nice. Like I said, Naya and them a nice food. It was just a good vibe. You saw people, hailed up people, and everybody was just in a nice mood yesterday. Like yesterday was All Fools Day. Somebody said they have All Fools joke. Today they're gonna announce that we actually came third, second, and tell us happy All Fools Day. It was so sad, man. It was just sad. But hey, we did great. But that officiating somebody needs to be held accountable or take some responsibility for it. Me want to hear you talk about your thing in your time, because look at my time now to go. You can't come in here after 13 to 12 and come in and put up my mic. Talk fast and come out my place.
Who want to vex could vex. The organizers of Intercol need to take several bows because they have shown that they are superior when it comes to organizing sporting events. That is one. I say no to say who vex. Two, it was the responsibility of the local organizing committee, just as so they are Pandong doing everything to organize local transportation for local people to attend these games. Right? You had a consultation with the bus association, and I know the bus association wasn't consulted. I know, I could tell you that.
You are bus on the road.
Right?
So.
I am bus on the road, and I could tell you that. No, you have to meet with the bus association and make arrangements and things and whatnot so that man could leave the house knowing that they're going and make money instead of going outside there and guessing. That's two. Point. Because you see, as I was making the point to somebody yesterday, a teacher, when a bus operator leaves his home Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday, that is a guaranteed income. That's what you call guaranteed income.
No, people are moving. 500.
Right? But you ain't leaving home guessing why today's Sunday. I know if people go, I know what's going on. The organizers of the event need to organize transport. That's why Waggy and Judah and them just organize their transport when they have events. Right? Everybody in the last race yesterday had boil under their arm.
You look so nobody and go.
So nobody couldn't raise their hand. No, you tell them you what? So nobody in C. Sorry. Everybody see. There was an issue. It was the last event of the day.
The crowd was singing, "Stop the race!"
It was the last event.
Everybody was saying, "Stop the race!"
Let the people stop. Give them a 5 minutes to relax themselves and start over. You have nothing in front of you. So you trying to tell me that after 40 meters in a 4, this was not 4x1, you know.
Actually chanting, "Stop the race! Stop the race!"
So you trying to tell me that nobody realized that the race needed to be stopped?
Apparently not.
I think the Grenada team deserved the gold medal. Yeah. Because the Grenada team was the team that ran after stopping, go right around and come back in and come third. Listen, and then to turn around and be denied. So the management of the Grenada team left the stadium during the race then. You could imagine this happening in Trinidad, Jamaica, or Barbados.
I don't want to think about it. So we had to ask for another stadium.
I don't vex you. Let me go and do my reggae show because you see right now, somebody had to go home. The problem is nobody in this country gets fired.
And nobody takes accountability and responsibility. Everybody plays the blame game. It's always this, that, or the other, and you complain too much, and you this and you that and the other. First you vex it because I had your shot, Papa?
No. The iron break last night when I watching the thing and the damn iron break all kind of thing when
because you just trying to shot. You just trying to shot this one. I mean, why does come be a well person every day? I mean, today that's it, Papa. Man, come on, that shot no iron. That shot don't see what
the iron fall when I was ironing the shot. Leave it at that. The iron fall.
Father.
Talking about things sell out and play sell out. We sell out what? We sell out and thing empty.
People buy tickets in a bus to come in this place. You know, tell you. Yeah, people tell me they have their tickets in their hand. They bought tickets. It's sold out. But you go in place and you don't know. A lot of people just buy tickets because they thought buses would be on the road. But they didn't. I'm telling you. I had people from Grenville calling me to ask me. My friend all the way from the United Kingdom. In Grenville stranded looking for bus. Neptune, come for me. I'm like, this hour we are coming for you when I reach back down. I can't come back inside. I'm telling you. So
that siren up and down. I said that siren up and down the place. We can set that mawet and choppiness and people home can't go nowhere.
Valio, I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, same time, same place. So even nice little old ladies was cussing up sitting Tuesday was bad. No, they vex. Everybody and their brother talking about that 4x4. I go to bed with that on my mind. I wake up with it. You never put on your deodorant, look you. Man come here and dress, you know. He vex. You never put on the deodorant and he's a man big and deodorant. Mama, you're here tomorrow. We'll continue where we left off. I thought you'd have come early today that we talked them. You come in here in 2 minutes. And good thing you ain't come, eh?
Today I would use Upsy.
All right, okay, well, it's a good thing. All right.
don't try to change my life already, and I don't transfer. Just trying to change my life.
All right. Okay, Papa.
Meditation and spirit.
Walk with God. All right. All right. Bye bye. Yeah, we'll pick up tomorrow.